Hello, YouTube. This is Papa Ron and Rod. We're back again.
Rod.
How you doing?
How you doing, Papa?
Good. Folks, you can see by the logos under our pictures that we're going to be talking today about Antshares, and they are converting into NEO. NEO.
That's cool.
Listen, there's so much information out on this conversion and what's going on. And we're going to try to make this video as condensed and as short as possible. But folks, stick with it. If you're interested in Antshares, stick with it till the end, because we got some interesting information all along this video. And we're going to be reading some of it. Not lengthy, but we just don't... Our brains aren't capable of remembering all this information. So we kind of made an outline of what we want to talk about. And, well... At least one of us isn't capable. we won't mention which one.
Hey, I got an excuse, Ron. I'm an old man.
Me too, brother.
Not as old as I am.
So listen, we're not going to talk a lot about Antshares because they're converting into NEO sometime in the third quarter of this year, which is July, August, September. So in the next 3 months, they're going to convert over. So we're going to kind of focus a little bit on NEO.
Cool beans.
Yeah, they got some interesting stuff coming up. But Antshares, they've had a pretty good deal going. You know, when you buy their tokens, you're actually a member of their community and the company. And they give you dividends depending on how many shares you have. And what do they call those? They call them... Ant coins,
They call them ant coins, yeah. ANC.
Yeah.
As a dividend, yeah. That's what they call them.
But they're converting into this NEO, and NEO is a Greek name, and it means newness, novelty, and youth. So they are going to do some new things. Matter of fact, I think they're coming up with their own. Well, I better not say that. But Antshares or NEO has their own blockchain.
Yes.
And Rod, you
they're
just read...
They're kind of considered the new Chinese Ethereum, right?
Well, that's what some of these articles say.
That's what I've been reading about. It's kind of interesting. You know, and they make it so it'll be some of the drawbacks that Ethereum has. They've kind of made it easier to use and taken out some of the negatives of Ethereum to make it better. At least that's what they're saying. And if they do, wow, it'll be awesome. Especially if you get that many people on their blockchain. Whoa, man, I better get into it.
No, and that's kind of the reason we're doing this. Is Rod has really been following Antshares lately. And we're going to get into a little clip here by the Node Investor on his take on Antshares. But Rod's been kind of interested. Says, well, let's branch into it and see what they're saying.
Yeah.
So they have these ideas of this new economy with everything, all assets being under a smart contract system.
Yeah.
And this will be kind of the first of that, I think. So it's where every asset is digitalized with a smart contract working with China. They're working with China right now to set out this roadmap for all these assets. BitShares or NEO, we're going to use that interchangeably in this video, but China is working with them. This is going to be huge stuff, and that's kind of why they're saying, and Rod, I think when I clicked on this video, your picture kind of isn't on there. I don't know why.
No, it's okay.
Anyway, I won't stay on the article very long. But Antshares rebrands, introduces NEO and the new smart economy, sometimes called China's Ethereum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So they're rebranding themselves. And, you know, really, I think a lot of people, and these articles will be down in the description box, folks. I think a lot of folks, you know, the Antshares is just kind of a hokey, kind of a sketchy, childish. Anyway, I think NEO's a much better. If they're gonna rebrand themselves, they need a better name.
Yeah,
which is part of the rebranding.
Oh, I don't know. There's some of them coins that call Bunny coin or something. I mean, that's pretty shaky to me.
Well, yeah, they're kind of hokey. I know. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
I think they're running out of names.
Yeah. Well, some of them, you wonder that, you know, they're stretching it to come up with them. I know.
I know.
It says here that one big contrast of these competing platforms is their programming languages. Now, Ethereum requires developers to learn a program called Solidity. Say that for me, Rob.
Solidarity?
No, there's no R in there, is there?
Solidity.
So that's the coded program that Ethereum uses. But Neo, on the other hand, will support almost all programming languages via a compiler, including these on those on Microsoft, Java, Python. So it greatly lowers the difficulty in working with this blockchain. So if you're like with Ethereum, if you put your business on top and piggyback on Ethereum, you've got one coded system to use. That's Solidity. But on Neos, it's almost going to be just like a drag and drop. It'll be a real simple platform to build on top of them, and it'll be easily done because of all the different coded languages you can use to do it.
Well, with Microsoft and Java, it ought to be really easy.
Well, yeah, it's just a drag and drop thing.
Yeah,
it should be pretty simple to do a business on that. Anyway, I was pretty impressed with that.
Me too.
And another thing, Neo was taking on a lot of new partners. They've raised new capital. They've got Bancor, I think, and
Bancor.
What else they got? We made a list of them, I thought.
CoinDash.
And there's a bunch of other ones.
And some other ones. I don't remember.
They've signed up. So they've got a bunch of new money coming into it. The point we're making on this Antshare Neo is that this thing is going to be big. And I think this is a coin really Rod and others might really want to look into. I think this thing's going to go somewhere. Not that we're the experts and we're giving you advice, but
Rod's going to look into it.
Rod has been looking into it. That's right. Okay, now check this out here, Rod, too.
Okay.
Neo is one of the top... Okay, you know how here in the U.S. we have the top 50 startup companies and then they list them?
Oh, yeah.
In China, which is how many more times the population than the U.S.? A gazillion? No, their women's army in China, and this is off track, their women's army in China is almost the size of our whole population. That's just their women's army. It's insane. So, can't remember what I was getting to now. Oh, the top 50 companies in China is saying a lot, and Neo has been put as one of these top 50 companies, up-and-coming companies in China. That is huge over there, I think.
Thanks, right.
Then I want to talk about, Rod, is this former chairman of OKCoin, and OKCoin is a huge exchange over in China. He was one of the top dogs in that. He is starting his own exchange now. And it's not going to be an exchange where you can put fiat into it. It's just going to be exchanges like, like Poloniex. You put Bitcoin in there and you can trade it for other coins.
Oh.
So he's starting his own coin-to-coin exchange, and he's starting it with 3 coins only, the top 3 in China. It's going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Neo.
And Neo, yeah. Wow.
Doesn't that say a lot?
That does say a lot.
To me, that's huge. And
that means that they're going to be that China is going to be getting into this Neo, and if they get into it full blast, boy.
Yeah, well, that's why they're calling it kind of their Ethereum. It's going to be huge. Anyway, that exchange is called Beyonce. And Rod, where are you right now? Where are you getting? You looked into this. I really haven't.
Bittrex is about the only place you can buy it. right now. Well, there is a China exchanges, but I'm looking at a Bittrex is where you can get it. So far, I haven't found. To be honest with you, I haven't found a wallet for it. If anybody knows where you can get a wallet from, please let me know. But I think you have to keep it on. But they are planning some wallets for it, but I haven't found them yet, and I've been looking.
Well, as far as now, you're talking about Bittrex for Antshares. Neo's not even out there yet.
Oh no, I'm talking about Antshares.
Okay.
But I want to get into Antshares because they pay you dividends and stuff like that, and then it's going to be converted over.
It'll
come the third quarter. You know.
And actually, Rod, you might be beating the punch because if there's a big hype on this Neo and the price goes up, you'll have already got yours in.
That's what I'm hoping.
I think there's a download on the. Excuse me, folks. I'm going to go over here one more time. I think there's a download on Antshares website that gives you that wallet type thing to store those coins in, Rod.
I couldn't find it though.
We'll check that out.
Yeah.
Hey, look, and I know we're kind of off the beaten track, but let's look at the market cap. Here's something interesting. Now, it's changed a little bit, but most of this was all red today since this morning. But you know what hasn't been changed really?
Antshares.
Antshares, 25% up in the last 7 days.
That's right. Right now it's $8, man. I need to get into it before it goes in higher.
$8. Yeah. And on World Coin Index, oh yeah, there you go. That lists the exchanges you can buy it.
Oh yeah.
Bittrex. But you know, maybe this would be a good point. I only want to watch 15 seconds of the Node Investor. Rod, I know you're off screen. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it.
What I got going on here. But let's look at that.
Okay, let's look at it. Wrong one.
It's only 15 seconds, folks, and I'm going to turn the volume up all the way it is. And this is what he's saying, and this was just done June 29th. So it was 2 days ago, and this is his outtake looking at the charts for Antshares. And Rod, let me know if you can't hear it. Here we go.
Okay.
That's right. It's Antshares. Now,
can't hear it.
It's rebranding, so do your best to get.
You're going to have to listen close, and I got the volume all the way up on that. And the folks can see what video it is and the clock marker and everything, so if they want to go rehear that.
Are you, do you have that on your...
I can hear it on my end.
Can you?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you just put it on the down below, you know, see more.
The description.
Yeah, description.
I will, but I'm still going to play this.
Okay.
Matter of fact, can I turn my mic towards... Anyway, we're wasting too much time. Let me just play. It's only 15 seconds. 12 now because we've already used 3 of them.
Okay. All right. I'm going to watch real quick.
Okay. Ready?
Over the silly name. You know, that's actually a positive. It's keeping people away from Antshares because they look at the name and they're just like, what a goofy name. It's going to Neo.
Oh, you're drawing that line. I like that line. Goes down to the base.
Rally following
it's
going
to bounce back
I'm
up.
kind of expecting a little bit of a pullback.
And it
here,
has. Look at that.
This thing has just been really strong. I put a blog post out about this a couple of days ago. I think it was at $7 when I did. I first noted it on the Twitter when it was at 5 something. So keeping you guys in the loop here.
Classic.
If I said 15 seconds, I was mistaken on that. But the Node Investor is a pretty sharp guy, and 2 of his top favorite altcoins up and coming, one of them is Antshares.
Yes.
He has said that in his video, so it's worth something to look at. This Neo has one of the top development teams in China, they're saying, with 50 million, that's 325 million to support their funding needs and growing list. So they've come in with all this influx of new capital for this Neo to make this thing work. It's the platform, I think, is solid. You got people like Node Investor. Again, I'm not suggesting anybody buy into it, but I think it's a good solid coin to look at, especially where it's coming into Neo. And like Rod's going to do, you're going to maybe beat the punch before that price escalates or something.
Yeah.
I kind of dominated that. I'm sorry, Rod. What?
No, you're fine. You're fine. And I'm going to try a little bit just to see how it works. And if it does good, then I'm going to buy more. But you know me, I buy a little bit every time, a little bit of something every time. I mean, every month. So, I like
folks, again, do your own research. There's so much info out there on this NEO and what they're doing. But everything that I came across, and I read several articles, it's all positive. It looks really good to us. So good luck in your investing, and we will see you on the other side.
Yeah, and we got to remember one thing, Ron. We got to make sure and tell them about our discount given to them with our learning crypto news. Buddy.
That's Learn Crypto, the Wyckoff group. You want me to tell them about this, or are you ready?
No, you tell them.
The Wyckoff group, and we did a video on this. They've got a course on how to teach people about crypto and about basic trading skills, like this chart we just looked at. This course will teach you these candlesticks and what to look at and when to kind of measure the top and all. Anyway, we have a video on that. It's called New Crypto and Trading Course. Just find that video in our videos. But what they just came up with is, if you use our link in the description box, and we're going to put a code under there. We're just going to put it under there, that you also get 10% off the course. Now the course
that just happened too.
Yeah. The course is $199. It's already a third off. It's normally $299. It's $199. They're going to give you 10% off of that $199, and it's 21 lessons. So it's pretty cool. Rod's going to take it, I think, starting this coming week, right, Rod?
Yep, tomorrow.
So we're going to give you a report back in yeah, thanks, Rod. Look at that, find that video, and check that out. And maybe I'll put that same info in the description box in this video, so it'll be under here.
Yeah, do that, Ron.
Thank you.
And also just remember, be there or be square, and God bless.